Okay, we're gonna call this meeting to order. It's 1 minute to 2, maybe? Yeah, it's 2 o'clock, right on the nose. Do a roll call. Really, it's a sign sheet. So just in case, just for introduction wise, this is Matthew. He's one of our inspectors. Keith Muro, one of our inspectors. Emma Dignati, she is the hearing officer. I am Steve Bruschi. I'm the Blight officer. And I believe Bill Ireland will be attending as well. Get your phone. Well.
All right, get pictures though.
What's that?
Two costumes.
We're gonna do, start off with 2 cassettes. Okay, this is been an ongoing. This is the first time you've had a hearing with us, right?
This is the second time.
Second
I've been
time?
here. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Were you here for zoning or for us?
I'm not sure,
right?
It's been a
I think you
while,
might have been here for zoning,
Yeah.
zoning as well.
actually around this time last year.
Okay, so this case was opened in 2023, right? Is that when the fire was? Okay, so there was a fire at the house.
That was
know,
May
I don't know
8th
where
of
Matt
23.
We'll show you pictures in a minute. Initially, there was a fire at the house, and then we had the problem with your ex-boyfriend or husband?
My
Ex-husband.
deceased husband.
Yeah,
You're not using my.
where we were unable to get really onto the property and get things going over there. You know, we were patient in the beginning, very patient. They finally started construction and then all of a sudden, and then we stopped all fines and everything. After that, you want to take it from here?
So the contractor we originally had on the project signed off on everything, had all the contracts going. He started working, and then February of 25, he walked off the property. Was making us all these promises about how he was coming back and with the weather, and obviously it's winter time, so it's not much that you can do in the snow. But he never returned. So I believe it's August now, so I want to say around May of 25, we were actually able to get another contractor on the property. And with him having to go back through everything that the original contractor had, he has actually started working on the property again. So they've had to strip out all of the old materials that were, weather worn and already put up. And so they've had to strip all of that out and put new things now. As of last week, he informed me that they would have the first floor framed. They had the materials already coming in for the second floor so that they could frame that, and then they would be working on encapsulating everything by putting the roof on the top. So right now they've got a dumpster on the property where they've gotten everything, all of the garbage that the first contractor left, all of that is picked up. I was just there yesterday. So the only thing that's left there right now is my husband's pickup truck, which is in the driveway, and then I've got my father's pickup truck on the lawn, which I'm working on getting that out right now. Once I leave here, I'm going to start that, so.
Okay. We just.
Susan? At 2 o'clock, oh.
Yeah, come on in.
It's like the sign in right there for us.
I believe there's an assessment. A lien on the property, 11,200. There is a lien on the property. So I think, that's a fair assessment, for what happened at the property. It's been a very long process. And unfortunately, the neighbors are still very upset about the progress or lack thereof at the property. So we just wanted to get, I think we're just keep the assessment the way it is. And then seeing that there's being improvements made there, I think we can. I think we can stop it right at that.
At the current assessment?
Yeah,
I mean, that sounds reasonable to me if that works for you all.
Now, our biggest issue will be, I heard a new contractor mentioned, so filing would have to come through the building department with the contractor. And you hope that it doesn't lapse so long that the whole permit expires,
Mhm.
which can happen.
I
So,
believe he
and
should
that,
have already come
Pardon?
down. I believe he should have already come down.
again, I don't know, I'm just throwing this information
Yeah.
out
just double check with them.
Yeah.
I'll double check.
and check with him. But work has to be progressing, because I know you mentioned snow, but snow really hasn't been an issue, I don't think.
No, I know, but that was with the first
Yeah,
contractor.
for the last few
Yeah.
years. So I agree with Mr. Brewski, and maybe, and the hearing officer agrees that we keep it here. But it's gotta be progress, and then when we see the home done, I think we ought to come back in and discuss. Because we have to have some, we're not gonna just let it go and not have some type of, anchor on this property to keep it, from going astray again and have to start all over again.
Well-
That is what we would have to do.
I can, I can tell you for certain, the issue at the property was my husband, and since
Okay.
he's deceased,
Yeah,
as,
I know that,
that's not gonna be an issue anymore.
Okay, but again, that's why taking you for what you just told us, we'll freeze this right where it is, keep it here. As our protection, just in case something goes astray again and it does not get done. But it's
And
not
then,
gonna
once the house is done, we can come back in here
just
and,
reassess
yeah,
everything.
recess it. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Good. Okay,
Thank you.
All
That's
right,
it.
thanks for coming in.
thank you.
Good luck.
Okay, I guess we'll stick with these. Yeah.
What we got?
The agenda.
Which one is this?
All right, what's next on the agenda? 5 Moboy. RB, David. Okay. Last time we were in, I believe. Do you have the minutes from last one?
I do not, no.
Is it in his?
Get it in a second.
Huh?
Give me 1 minute.
This one is going, we've been going around quite a while with it.
Yeah, this has been ongoing.
I've seen this one at least twice.
Yeah.
So what we have here roughly is a property that was disarray. Then work started on it to clean it up without any proper building permits, which is a separate issue all entirely to see what would happen. Meetings were held, there's been no attendance. And then nothing really progressed until all of a sudden there was an assessment, correct?
All right, so here's the last hearing. All right, so. 3 we cleared. Now we have a little bit of graffiti going on over there again.
Yeah, I mean, it was,
It's just, you gotta stay on top of them.
I mean,
Cause what happens is you clean it up and then you spray paint it again, and it looks like nothing's
I mean,
been.
the whole neighborhood is
Yeah, it's
one
terrible.
big blight there. It's, and it's
Yeah.
not buildings, it's
Right.
the people that are drinking and graffitiing up every single building.
Okay, right, so we cleared it, right, as soon as you sent me that email, we cleared 3, Ely.
Yeah.
So that's done, right now, there's nothing going on with
Okay.
that. With regards to 5, Moldboy,
Yeah.
you were supposed to come in, you were supposed to get permits and demolition permit maybe,
Yeah,
you were thinking about, and that never happened, right?
so
Go ahead.
we had,
Can I just swear you in,
yeah,
if you
sure.
don't mind?
Yeah, I'm
Can you
sorry.
just raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So
I
I hope you got her on penalty of perjury.
I do.
Great.
I think so. We had we had a meeting with, my architect and
Yeah.
the builder, with Steve Kleppen and Brian, probably back in November. They asked us to make some changes. We came back in February at some point. The parking rules changed where, we presented plans with parking, then they said you don't need parking, and when we went back with no parking. The week prior, they had added the city, I guess, mayor's office, someone reinstated parking requirements for zoning. The entire time, sort of, I think I have a track of probably 10 emails going back and forth about, Malvoy, just sort of updating, there was mailing addresses, I was in Florida for a little bit, and then I'm in New York most of the time. So I think some of the notices and maybe a little bit of miscommunication, there was something scheduled and it got canceled. I think I remember talking to Matt.
You did.
And I was like, it was supposed to be for tomorrow, and then it got canceled. I think the day before or something, it was like, oh, we're gonna cancel that, but nothing was sent out.
Yeah,
And then I think,
unfortunately, I ended up in the hospital, so,
yeah, no,
yeah, I mean, it's been a nightmare, but.
yeah, and
Right.
I didn't wanna, the place has to be knocked down. There's nothing, we're down, it's,
You can't do anything with it.
I don't wanna do anything with it. It is really, and that's why I wasn't, I can put a piece of ply, what I ended up doing was removing, because it was the work that was being done, which I think, Leo, they were basically cleaning up rotten stuff that's been, the building's been deteriorating for years, even before I bought it, just cleaning it up. Yes, they came in and, I think thought that there was a wall that was load bearing, which I disagree, but that hasn't been touched since. But what I ended up doing just temporarily, just to get this off the blight, is, I removed the underneath, the Lowe's, paper, put some plywood with a color, it looks cleaner, I think I sent the.
No, we
pictures.
got that. What I'm going with this whole thing is,
Yeah.
and this did it.
Yeah,
But you also put that tie back on and let it sit there
correct, yeah,
and shred
Yeah.
and go apart. And then we get clobbered by politicians like what is going on down there.
So this is where.
And then once all of a sudden the citation came, we're starting getting responses.
Yeah.
So again, you getting a demo contract, are you talking to architects for future? That's good.
Yeah.
But it's got nothing to do with cleaning up the blight.
understood, yeah.
Okay,
Well,
well, I just wanna make sure you say that because all that conversation to me means nothing. Then I talked to an architect, I talked to this, I talked to
No, I
that.
mean, we had
Let me
a
finish.
meeting of.
Let me finish.
Sure.
It did not constitute cleaning the blight. You talking to architects, you talking to this one, you talking to that one, blight was blight, and that was there until that citation came, and then all of a sudden, the communication started again, you stripped that off and you painted it.
Yeah, well, I have emails that I sent for many, many months.
Wait a minute, I don't know about the many, many months, I'm talking about, you knew what the blight was,
I did,
right?
Yeah.
So you admitted that, and you didn't clean it. So I don't care about demo contractors, I don't care about subcontractors, I don't care about planning and zoning. I don't care about parking, the building was blight just as you admitted it, and now it's not. So that's where we're at, and what you do with the future is your business, but to keep it in non-blight conditions is our business and your business, because the fine will just start again and go up again. So right now, we're at a frozen number, Steve?
Yes, we are. frozen.
Okay. Now you can finish.
Okay, so we have a lien placed in the amount of, I believe, 18,000. I believe it was 18,000. Can you get his assessment? Okay. So that's what the fine was if he didn't follow through with the last hearing.
Mhm.
So that's where the number comes from. I mean, to be honest with you, should be a lot more, but, again, the communication issues that we discussed last hearing
Mhm.
about the mailing address and getting information to him. But, you know, we have his email now, we have his PO box, and he's been getting the information, so,
well, Steve, sorry,
yeah.
every single email that I've ever gotten from you, including some stuff on Flax Hill last year, I've always responded, so
Yeah.
I've been in contact
Yeah.
with you the
Yeah.
entire time, I've left. I mean, I don't keep track, but I've left many voicemails, because that I get my email, my phone calls. And yes, the tax card had the wrong addresses, which that's on,
Mhm.
but. You know, and then I think might have been somewhere around COVID where, I don't know when this started, but, I had an eviction and a bunch of crazy, the real reason, I guess, or part of it was. The way I saw it is, it should have been getting knocked, I should be ahead of it in terms of scheduling to knock it down. Well, why spend, and that's what I was doing when I think Leo had stopped there, I was cleaning it up just to knock it down, basically,
Right.
just
I
to
mean,
get.
I get the frustration on your
Yeah.
end, but you gotta understand that we get inundated. Not only about your place down there, but a lot of places, but it's, yeah, I mean, you could have avoided, fine if you just did that right from the beginning,
Yeah, no, I agree,
you know?
okay. Now, how do I appeal that amount? Or what does that work? How does that?
I guess we're appealing it now.
Yeah, I mean, because I think that, and I can pull up emails and I think I sent it to you and to Bill, like, just trying to get some answers in terms of like where we are. Had I. And not that I nonchalantly took this, I knew that it was pending at some point, but. The minute you said, at our last meeting that Eli was on the radar, I was like, yeah, that I can clean up, and I sent it to you right away, I think it was a couple of days after, and I mentioned that Mulvoy, it's a work in progress. I just be like, no, there's an $18,000 fine, I would stop whatever I was doing and put up a few pieces of plywood to make it look at least presentable. And I think the day of the hearing or something, I sent an email saying, hey, is there something I need to do here? And yes, I did, and I'm not sure how much notice was on the last hearing, but yes, I missed it, but not.
All right,
Because
so
I-
here's what needs to happen. She already approved the 18,000. All right, from the last hearing, okay, the only one. Or she actually assessed it. The only one that can negotiate. A number down is Bill, so you have to set up a meeting with him. and
Okay.
Maybe with. The hearing officer and myself.
Yeah, and I'm happy, I mean, you know, when you said, hey, Eli's on there and get rid of these things, I did it right away, or at least within, I think it was a couple of weeks. You know, this was a, 1 or 2 day, it wasn't a big, it was a couple of thousand, and, just sort of throwing it in the wind, I could have easily done it a long time ago. Had I guess, understood but things kept getting rescheduled.
Yeah.
I think this showed up completely out of the blue, because I think you sent me some stuff on another property on Flax Hill, and I got, did it right away. This was like, okay, there's an understanding. I'm communicating with city officials on the planning and zoning side. And it was just like, all right, it's one, I didn't wanna, spend a couple of thousand, but I could have, had I, been aware or made aware that, this $18,000, obviously better.
I mean, even if you were just working on it, here and there, we were driving by and seeing improvements, then we wouldn't be at that number.
No, I
You
understand.
know what I mean? But there was just like, seemed like there was no effort to get that place up and running, and I,
No, it's not running.
yeah, obviously, yeah, so.
Yeah. But it's just the amount is exorbitant. It's a big amount, and when is the starting point is, okay, we last time we had it was like set up a time to come and meet, and I should have done it sooner,
Right.
but Eli addressed right away. And obviously I can't pull a demo permit as in, you have to hire people and take time to get
Right.
bids, and I've gotten some bids, but it's just, we're not there yet, and the architect plans kept changing multiple times, based on zoning and the reg, so it's not like, nothing was happening. From the visual, yes, nothing was happening, but the amount is just extreme.
Well, the thing I'll say about the amount is that the assessment is not an arbitrary number.
No, I
The daily fines are set forth in the city's ordinances, which you can access online.
Right.
And you can review them, and especially for a vacant building, the amount is higher. And that is how the assessment is formed, and as far as I'm concerned, and like Steve said, you can negotiate with Bill, but like Steve said, that amount could and maybe should be a lot higher based on the period of time it took the repairs to be made, and based on, I believe it's $250 a day for vacant buildings. So, that's sort of the lay of the land, and I think,
Well,
from my perspective here, it sounds like a lesson learned for the next time perhaps this happens with another one of your properties.
Well, it's not vacant. I use it for storage, and I have a carpenter in the back who stores stuff, so it's not.
But it's not occupied, right? Nobody lives there.
Well, it's a commercial, just
And
people
nobody,
can't live there. It isn't used. There is usage, so it should be 150 a day. I use it for my own personal, the
Well, I
appliances.
mean, if we can verify that, then we can probably get it back down to 150 and knock that
Mhm.
extra 100 off each day. But we need verification that, I mean, I don't, anybody can
Agreed.
just say something
Agree.
like that. I'm not disputing you, I'm
No.
just saying like, that's quite a bit of money.
And
Yeah.
that's why it's important to come to the hearings too. And I know that there's, issues and maybe you didn't have sufficient notice. I understand that that's your claim. But that is why it's important to be here.
No, I agree, that's why I'm here today,
Yeah.
and the one prior to that, and so it, I think it was a Zoom, I was on it,
Do you remember that?
yeah, and, when did, I guess, it's, if the postponements and delay, yes, I obviously should address it sooner, but there have been so many delays, does it always, the fine continues because of delays? I missed one, but there were like 3 or 4 other hearings that were just missed completely, so it's,
Well, you weren't
Well,
making the
what-
improvements to the building in that time, right?
It's almost like we were giving more time.
no, you were, I agree, but it's just, it's a big amount.
It was a
Alright,
lot of
well-
time.
My suggestion here is contact Bill.
Yeah.
See if you can get a meeting with him.
Okay.
Okay, and myself. And at least let's verify the vacancy. And then we can at least get it down $100 off per day, that,
That's significant,
yeah,
yeah.
very significant,
Mhm.
you know. So you gotta contact Bill,
Yeah.
either email or phone and request a meeting.
Okay, now, is it cleared?
Yeah, you're not being fined.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's not, let's say. Someone throws a bunch of stuff there or something, then it's not like, okay, we're continuing from year two
No,
thousand.
I will contact you,
Okay,
say there's an issue there. Can you take care of it?
yeah.
Okay?
The,
And then-
the issue is there is,
I'd like it to end here, to be honest with you.
Okay.
All right, and just. This thing has been a thorn
yeah,
in
no,
my
I'm with
side
you,
for
I'm with you.
years, so, I'm trying to get this off the books and it looks much better now.
Yeah,
And then, like I said, we'll verify, maybe I'll meet you down there or something, or whatever, verify that there's people working in there. And then we can work from there, and then you can talk to Bill about the
Okay.
rest of it. Okay?
sounds good. I mean, we actually might be having it easier because John. Has some, there's proof that I have, I'll set up a meeting with. Bill
Okay.
and-
Yeah, I can also talk to John too myself. All right? Okay, cool.
Good work.
All right, so
Thank you.
just get in touch with him,
Okay,
see what you can do.
okay, good,
You're good?
Yep.
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, 16 Sable. Mr. Pendergrass. Right? Have a seat up here. Okay. So this property, and he can attest, it's been in and out of Blight for a while, okay? Every time we've always asked them to do stuff, they've done it, okay? So I think what we're here today is to let Mr. Pendergrass, there's no fines being, well, there are fines being assessed, but we're not, we wanna know from you, counselor, if what constitutes blight on this property? So this is the latest ones?
Yes.
Okay, so what they're complaining about is mostly the shed. No, I don't think it's that one, it's the other one,
The red one
the
and.
little red one. There's the roof collapsing on that.
Yeah,
property.
yeah.
And there's some vegetation issues, over
Well,
there, but as far,
We've taken care of that since.
you've taken care of that, right? You,
It's just the
No.
upkeep is just ridiculous when it comes to like this time of year with the rain and everything. It's like we literally have to get on it like twice, at least like once or twice a week.
okay, so we have some broken windows that we gotta take care
Yeah,
of, okay?
it came from an
Um,
excessive force issue I have with the police department.
yeah, there's the shed, right? Or the, what is it, a shed?
The shed in the corner, the red one.
Right. So those are a little bit older, just show the current ones now, let's see what we're looking at.
Yeah, what's the problem with the shed? I can't tell with the.
The-
It's on the reverse
Oh.
side.
Oh, on the back.
Yeah, so
okay.
the problem is, for us, you can't see it from the road and.
Yeah.
It doesn't,
It doesn't look so bad to me.
Can the neighbors speak to this at all?
I will. Yeah,
Your photos do not show the extent of the blight here at all. There
From
are,
what perspective?
from the road,
From the road?
you can see in the back corner, there's an abandoned car that's rusted out that has been there at least.
It's
since
not an
I've lived.
abandoned car, it's just a car that's not in use right now.
right, you can have one, unregistered vehicle on the property.
Do you have photos?
I do.
I think
I've
anything you
actually-
show us, you
I've-
should.
You should be able to see it from the picture with the red roof, the shed with the red
Yeah, there's the car there.
right
Oh,
there.
there's the.
Actually, I have emailed pictures, probably, yeah, multiple
Okay.
times over the years. There's a car, I don't know how you define abandoned, but there's a car that is parked in the back corner, that is rusting out with flat tires, and it's been in there in the same spot
The
for at
tires aren't
least
flat.
5 years, excuse me. I've been living there.
It's my car, so I know that the tires aren't flat. I can go start it up right now.
Is it the Ford you're talking about? That Ford?
No, not the Ford,
The
the car
other-
in the.
I see.
The Ford is one of my cars I currently drive.
So that's the car.
That car
Yeah,
in that wood pile.
the wood pile is for my fire pit I have that.
It really, it needs to be stacked neatly.
Stacked neatly, yeah, no
Yeah,
problem, I can do that.
okay, you can, we cite other people for firewood and stuff when they
Yeah.
just pile, they dump it on the yard or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, well, yeah, that's
If
what
you
the
can
guy
just-
literally did, he
So,
just dumped it, so I gotta
say
get it together.
stack it neatly,
Yeah.
stack storage container, the white one.
Yeah,
What, is it being used? There's stuff in it?
it's storage and it's tools, like, it's basically, tools for, working on cars and basically, yeah.
Is there a way you could store them in the existing shed so you can?
Well, the
get rid of
existing
the
shed I
storage?
have, I just, I gutted it out back in May when we had the junk lugging. It was like for the zoning, I literally just gutted it out, so when it comes to the tools, yeah, I could possibly move it, but I have to see how would I go about. Cause it's literally like, it was my grandfather had it there since the sixties. We owned the house since the sixties.
Mhm.
And it was just something that my grandfather had there. It would be something I would like, look into getting rid of. I don't know exactly how to go about that.
Mhm.
I don't know if they would have to, take it apart in the yard and then remove it that way or like, lift the
Yeah, it
whole
looks like it's been
thing.
there for a while.
Yeah, it's literally been there like, he's owned the house since the sixties. I don't know exactly how long that has been there, but it's always been in storage for his tools and things of that matter. And I usually just used it for the same reason he used it for the tools and everything.
Mhm.
The media garage was for, actually, working on cars and
Yeah.
keeping my lawnmowers and things of that nature.
Can you show me the current picture? You go back one. Is the glass still broken? I can't, yeah.
It is.
It's from the situation back in February.
Yes,
so it's
we have to
relatively
fix
new.
those,
Yeah,
okay?
that's definitely on my list of things to do.
Are
yeah.
the screens all broken now, ripped out?
No, the screens are,
Okay.
intact.
Okay.
I literally just talked to, a company about, getting the windows done, whatever the case is, because at first we wanted to just do them. Just the paints, like the single paints, like one by one, but I did, acquire, looking into getting all the windows done, I wouldn't say, pretty steep price of 10,000, but it was like a
Yeah,
10,000 over 10 years, you pay like
nothing's cheap.
$150 a month or something like that. You could always pay more if you like, so you can get the paint.
Alright, so he's gonna do the windows. We're gonna try and empty that.
I tried to get in contact with it, starts with a C, something. It's here at City Hall. I was talking to one of the police officers because some of the police officers from the station, I'm actually cool with, and they were like, yeah, it was like, this is definitely excessive force. So I think it's something council or something that starts with a C that's here,
City council,
not city, it's like,
Corporate council?
corporate council?
I believe so.
That's the city's attorney,
Okay, yeah.
the law office, yeah.
You go through them and to see if they will like, help you at least or point you in the right direction to get,
Mhm.
a decent price for the fixing.
Yeah, that would be the law department. What's he talking about?
It
Not
starts with a
redevelopment?
C.
I don't know, I mean, it could be corporate council, if he's alleging there was a problem with the police department. and
Oh,
they caused
with the police.
damage
Yeah,
at
and one
his
of the
home.
police officers was like, go through them and see if they could assess me with the fixings or whatever the case is, because this is basically something I'm dealing with excessive force. I'm going to for it now, and hopefully in the long run, they'll see it was excessive force and I will get some type of, assessment with that. Either way, I believe they'll probably end up being me paying for it and coming with receipts to, you
And
know.
maybe getting reimbursed, yeah.
exactly.
We should talk to the law department. Are you represented by counsel in the action in court?
Well, right now, I was talking to the butler, but he was telling me to, you know, it's relatively fresh. I probably on my second court date was July first. So he was telling me like, write it out a little bit, cause he was like, if I was to, you know, pay to get him now, I would be paying for, you know, time that I wouldn't really need him for
Fair
at that
enough.
moment. So he was like, write it out now, see how it goes when it comes to that side, the investigators. I'm still dealing with all that right now, talking to the investigators to see if we could, you know, figure something out in the long run.
I was just gonna say you should talk to him about the issue that potentially happened.
Talk to who?
Your lawyer. to
Oh,
the
yeah,
extent
well,
you
yeah,
have one.
exactly. That's why I have, even now that I'm not paying for him, I still keep in touch with him and he gives me, you know,
Good.
information on how to
Good,
go about the situation.
okay. Either way, they have to get fixed.
Yeah, of course. Especially
We
by
need- we need you-
especially by the winter.
We need you to follow through on these.
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah, okay.
definitely.
All right. Otherwise, this fine is gonna go retroactive, and we don't want that.
No, yeah, we're already in the, you know, the mix.
Right.
Figuring
Okay.
out,
So we
we're just
just
getting a whole bunch of estimates for different companies to
Right.
see who's the best people to go with
Okay.
for the best price.
All right, so go back to the current and see what else we want him to do. Need him to do. How's the landscaping? You gotta keep up with that
Yeah,
too.
yeah, it's
I
pretty
see you
decent
got a
right
lawn
now.
over there.
If anything, it's probably, you know, like you were saying with the logs, it's probably my best bet to actually stack them up, because when it comes to the, you know, the grass growing is like growing in between them rather
And then I
than.
just saw a tire too, like a random tire. Right
Yeah, right
there,
there.
like,
I literally
Yeah.
put that there a week
yeah,
ago.
so
I went to-
all I'm saying is just try and upkeep the,
I put it right back in my trunk if
Yeah.
anything.
try and keep up with the unnecessary items on the property.
Yeah. I meant to get it fixed, then I curved ended up being
Right,
closed today.
so
I went
we're
to
gonna
get the
do
tire
that.
fixed.
And manage the landscaping.
Is there anything else you both wanted to say?
Your photos don't really show the extent of the blight here at all. There's junk just strewn all around that yard.
I've cleaned the yard up, like I said, back in May, we had the junk run for our zone, and I took relatively
Yeah,
everything out of
you
the
did tell me about that.
even the inside of the garage, stuff that people can't even see at all. I was just got rid of everything because it was really getting on my
And it's
nerves.
free.
Exactly.
But it's
I
your.
try
position.
to catch it every single time it comes around. There should be another one in May also, in September, right? For my zone.
There should be one coming.
But it's your position that there's still junk there
Oh,
today?
yeah, there's junk all over the place.
This is not junk.
And there's trash and the garbage bins are just strewn all over the place, oftentimes out on the road.
Garbage bins are
Yeah, right there it is. In that photo.
recycling.
Wrong with the garbage bin?
They're usually strewn all over the place or out in the road.
Right now, literally, it's only that garbage bin and the red top ones, because as of right now, we can't use all the old
You're
garbage
right,
bins.
the
that
other
we-
ones, yeah.
that
So,
we
yeah, well,
have.
they're properly
right there.
placed, yeah.
Yeah, they are right in that photo. You know, I could go dress the property out too. But if you want to come out and look at it today, it does not look like it does in those photos.
It's exactly like that.
Well, the few were today, the 8-6 ones were
Right.
recycler.
Yeah,
It's
these
like
are
there's not
older.
as many photos, but the recycler bin was definitely back there.
If you go back again, Matt, if you don't mind, just to the pictures from yesterday, I think, right?
Yes.
Right, so there's one.
That's all we got.
So there wasn't, yeah.
Yeah, there is a broad space between those two photos. It's full of junk.
I think speaking, well, you know, talking to him about,
So we're gonna-
I mean, we'll be following up on regular basis and through there to make sure, you know, he's also upkeeping and reach out if it's not be. So, you know, we'll be staying on top of it as well as Mr. Pendergast.
Yeah, I'll definitely do something with the logs.
Yeah,
and
just-
That sounds good, yeah.
Immediately, you know,
Yep.
making sure garbage bins aren't out and stored where they're
Yeah,
supposed to
yeah.
be, just, you know, proper just regular maintenance, yeah.
I was looking into actually getting more garbage bins since we can't use the old ones, but I heard they're like $150, something like that.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna address the windows,
Yeah,
broken windows.
definitely. It's probably the first thing we're gonna,
Right.
get on.
We're
I can
gonna
do
work
the
on, we're
log,
gonna
I
work
can
on
do the
that,
log
we're gonna work on that storage container.
whenever.
See if we can get it empty, then we can get together and try and figure out how to get that out of there.
I would like
Okay.
that, I would like that.
We gotta
We'll
manage
give you more
landscaping.
space,
Yeah,
too.
exactly, I would like that.
We just gotta manage the landscaping
Yeah.
a little better.
Yeah.
Remove any unnecessary items that are just hanging out in the yard.
Yeah.
Okay, just put them out of plain sight, so nobody could see them if they're walking by or they're driving by.
Could I get information on the next junk run for my zone?
Yeah, I can send you, I'm gonna send you a list of things that, just so it's official.
Yeah.
That way, we can monitor this.
Mhm.
We can, because like I said, if you don't follow through on these, what's gonna happen is the fine is gonna be retroactive.
Yeah, I know.
And we don't-
I dealt with it.
You don't want that? I don't want it, okay? The other issue that the neighbors have is the red shed, I would believe that's called. That's the latest one, we have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't, the side that has the hole is on the reverse side,
It has a hole on the backside of
on
it.
the back side.
What about all those bricks? Can we
Mhm.
get rid of those, or are you using those for something?
Well, I was.
I mean, they're
using-
stacked, but,
Yeah,
you really don't need to be there, right?
And the vines on.
how do you go about getting rid of bricks?
Bricks. Nah, yeah, any
Gotta
idea?
go to the dump.
Or is it possible I could use them around my fire pit if I
Yeah.
was
If you wanna do that,
it
yeah.
the right way? I could possibly do that,
And then,
or pay somebody, do it for me.
what's in that shed, anything?
Mhm.
Nothing else.
Nothing?
We were thinking about actually possibly getting it knocked down because the tree right there in the front is literally growing and pushing the shed like out of the ground, so
Yeah, okay,
we were literally thinking about getting it just totally knocked down.
all right, let's get a price. And
I mean, we
then
can either do that or we can get the roof fixed on the reverse side,
that's totally up to you.
yeah.
You see what's cheap.
I mean,
You can see
whatever,
what's cheap.
I'm saying if it's an issue was,
Right, I mean, you can
Yeah.
always weigh the, what's cheaper or
Yeah,
what's not
exactly.
cheaper. You fix up the house, maybe throw a paint on it.
Do you think we could walk the property with him one day to
Would you mind that?
make a list, or?
I have to make sure I'm available. for whatever
Yeah,
day,
I
or
mean,
because
well,
I'm-
now that we can communicate with each other.
I've been trying to communicate
Yeah,
for a
all
while.
right, so now that we are communicating
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, we can come by and let's get a price on the demo of the,
Of the
house,
shed.
cause even if you can't afford it, we'll take care of it. But a lien will go on the property. So in other words, you don't have to pay for it now, just when the house sells or whatever,
Yeah,
we'll
well,
get our money.
maybe more like.
But that's an
More than
option.
likely, more than likely, the windows will probably come first. I could do the
Right.
windows, I could do the logs.
Right.
Today, whenever, and, I'll get on the best way to, fix the shed. Like,
Yeah.
even if it comes with just, putting a new roof on it just to,
Right, you can always weigh which one's cheaper,
Yeah,
which one's,
exactly.
and then,
Getting rid of the trees.
say,
or
get
something
rid of the
like
vines and make it look
Get some
nice, a little
quotes,
nicer.
You know?
that.
so
Yeah,
you
throw a
can-
coat-
but
throw a
I've
coat of
been
paint on
already
it.
dealing with the quotes for the windows and everything, so,
Throw a coat of paint on it.
and I'm dealing with, my
Right.
aunt.
I really wanna get rid of that
House on
trailer.
Delaware Avenue.
I really wanna get rid of that trailer if we can.
The one in the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'll make it.
I
Yeah, if
mean,
you could find
can
it-
salvage,
Really
if you can
help.
salvage the shed, you can use that for tools.
that's true.
Yeah, yeah.
if you wanna get the roof fixed, it'd probably be cheaper to get the roof fixed than.
We just never knew exactly how would we do it, like pull the whole thing out or get it knocked out and then,
You need some guidance.
yeah.
Yeah, we can help you out there.
A walkthrough we could do on, you know, your turn, when you're available.
Yeah,
we'll
sure,
come
I'll send,
down
I'll
and-
shoot an email or
That's
something
it,
like
yeah,
that.
And then we'll get a better assessment of what's going on.
Okay.
And then,
Also, if you could, just to make sure just let me know the next jump line, so any.
yeah.
Anything that's supposedly sitting around the yard that shouldn't be there.
We'll pick up.
Yeah, both of them. I believe it should be like September, something like that.
Okay. Shed. Or roof, new roof, or repair. I can't tell you what to do. You either repair, you knock it down, whatever you want.
I would at least like wanna get the roof fixed, because I know just specifically for, the back neighbor, pretty sure it's like site facility.
Also, if you ever do move out of there, all that stuff is already taken care of.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like if, and you're right down by the water. It's nice. And
I just, I got other property I'm doing with right now, we getting rid of my grandmother's house and. moving
yeah, you
everything
said
out of
that. You
there.
mentioned that, yeah.
10
Where
Delaware.
does she live?
10 Delaware.
Delaware, okay. All right, so we got windows. We're gonna work on that storage container. That's probably gonna be the last thing.
Logs.
Manage the landscaping, the windows you can do right now. Unnecessary items you can do right now. We'll come out, we'll talk about the shed. Let me take a better look at it. So maybe Matt can come. Matt's a builder, or used to be a builder. He can,
Yeah, we had a
take a
few
look
people- we
at
had a
it,
few people
see if
we
it
had
can be
in mind,
saved at least,
that
Huh?
we had a few people in mind that, that. would-
Yeah, that's
would
fine.
put a Decent
Yeah.
price, yeah.
Yeah, so, let's start there and then,
Because at first the issue was the shed wasn't painted, then we painted the shed. Then I believe like a year or two ago, we had like heavy winds and stuff, and I think a tree fell through it or something like, one tree fell through my car. And the tree fell through the back of that side, so
all right,
before the paint job, we did the paint job. Then, then dealing with the roof now.
okay, my suggestion. Let's start 45. Gotta make some improvements in 45 days. If there's no improvements, then we are going to assess.
Yeah, no problem.
So start cleaning up the yard a little bit and then, I'll let you know in 45 days, we'll reconvene.
Because now we know, I don't know who's Brewski.
Me.
Okay, you're Brewski, okay, good.
All right,
Yeah,
so,
now we're in the emails together.
yeah, so we'll reconvene in 45 days. There's gotta be some progress made over here.
Gotcha, no
And
problem.
then we'll go from there. She'll make another assessment of the property. And then, as long as you're making improvements, we'll just keep going and we'll just start knocking them off one at a
Yeah,
time.
no problem.
And if you need help,
I'll shoot you an
anything,
email or something.
let me know.
Yeah,
let's not let this linger any longer.
yeah.
And then we'll get the property nice and you'll feel better.
No.
Everybody else will feel better. I'll feel better.
Mhm.
And then,
The daily basis, just maintaining the weeds and
The weeds,
along the
yeah,
vegetation,
yeah.
any garbage, debris that comes out from garbage. On a regular basis, that'll just help alone,
yeah,
making it just being cleaner,
Yeah, no problem.
And even though it's a lot in the summer, unfortunately, that's just one of the responsibilities of
Yeah.
homeownership.
all right, so we'll
It grows
give
like-
45 days.
crazy.
We'll reconvene in 45 days. We'll see where we're at and then, we'll go from there.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, you're
Okay.
free to go.
All
Yeah,
right.
thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Take care.
Thanks.
Okay.